At first glance, the Slingshot looks for all the world like an exotic car. It has an open cockpit, and angular polymer body panels that define a low, wedge-shaped profile. The bodywork hangs on a tubular steel frame, dressing the vehicle without attempting to conceal its skeleton. It's got 3 headlights, a lower air splitter, and 2 big exposed car-like 17 inches by 7 inches wheels 18 inches by 7.5, on the SL model connected to the power-assisted rack and pinion steering with double wishbone suspension, coil-over springs and a sway bar, very performance car-like. But the 2015 Polaris Slingshot is not a car. It is a 3-wheeled motorcycle. This distinction is very important to Polaris, and it's very important to the U.S. Department of Transportation. The fact that the Slingshot has been classified as a motorcycle means that it is not loaded down with airbags, bumpers, crash protection, a collapsing steering column and other car safety equipment. It has not been subjected to crash testing. The Slingshot's classification as a motorcycle is the only reason that it made it through development and into production. As a car, the Slingshot never would have made it. If you've noticed more 3-wheeled vehicles on the highway this summer, you might be wondering, is this a trend, or is my midlife crisis biasing my observations? Your midlife is yours to ponder. But there's mounting evidence 3-wheeled vehicles are, in fact, growing in popularity. The Economist, in a recent report, says that the trend began in 2012. That's when Morgan, the British company whose 2-seat V-twin was the most popular 3-wheeler prior to World War II, launched an updated version of the V-twin in the US. So popular has this vintage-looking 3-wheeler, with its lusty American motorcycle engine, become that it apparently now outsells all other 4-wheel Morgans in the United States and elsewhere. Notes The Economist. The resurgence of the Morgan is one reason 3-wheelers became trendy again. Another reason, 3-wheelers are generally classified as motorcycles and therefore, do not have to undergo costly crash testing. Nor must they meet the same emissions requirements as 4-wheel vehicles, points out The Economist. What's more, in spite of that motorcycle classification, in many regions of the U.S., you do not need to pass a separate motorcycle test to drive a 3-wheeler, as long as your regular driver's license is valid. You can see why 3-wheelers appeal both to drivers and manufacturers. Which companies are hoping to cash in on this trend? In addition to the Morgan, The Economist cites 3. Number 1. Polaris Industries. Based in Medina, Minnesota, $4.5 billion Polaris NYSE. Has been around since 1954, making snowmobiles and motorcycles and other all-terrain vehicles. Last year, it launched the Slingshot, a 3-wheeler featuring a 2.4-liter engine from General Motors. The Slingshot's 3 models start at $21,199. Number 2. Campana. Based in Montreal, Campana has specialized in 3-wheelers since 1988. Its 3 models start at $53,999. In fact, a few years back, one of those models, the T-Rex, made an appearance on Jay Leno's Garage, the comedian and former late-night host's online series devoted to cars. Number 3. Elio Motors. You might have been wondering, where are the startups? Look no further than Elio Motors. Based in Phoenix, Elio Motors was founded in 2008. The company is touting 84 miles per gallon and a base price of $6,800 on vehicles it will make at a former General Motors plant in Shreveport. The company says the vehicles will be available in late 2016. Elio has already made waves in the world of crowdfunding. In a campaign that began in June on StartEngine.com, Elio has raised almost $34 million in pledges from more than 9,000 participants. Founder Paul Elio spoke to Inc.'s Jeremy Quitner about the crowdfunding campaign earlier this summer. Will the Elio reach the road late next year? In the world of startups, a lot can change in 12 months. Moreover, Elio's competition is strong and established. But clearly,